In the quiet town of Haverhill, something sinister lurked in the shadows. This quaint, peaceful town, known for its charming simplicity and friendly inhabitants, was about to have its tranquility shattered. It all started subtly. The rustles of leaves when there was no wind, the faint whispers that echoed in the silence of the night, the fleeting shadows that danced in the corners of one's vision. It was easy to dismiss, to attribute to an overactive imagination. But then the sightings began. Figures, half seen in the twilight, vanished when confronted. Sounds of laughter, of sobs, of hushed conversations came from empty rooms and deserted streets. The townsfolk began to feel a chill of unease creeping into their lives. They started locking their doors, avoiding the dark alleyways, and whispering about the strange happenings. The townsfolk were unaware that these were the first signs of a horror that was yet to unfold. As days turned into weeks, the unsettling events escalated into a full-blown haunting. The once comforting silence of the night was shattered by the eerie dance of objects moving on their own accord. It was as if an invisible puppeteer had taken control, manipulating their world into a grotesque puppet show. The once familiar became alien, the mundane turned into terror. The nights were no longer a refuge. They were invaded by chilling whispers, soft yet unmistakable. The whispers were insidious, seeping into the quiet corners of the house, wrapping around the inhabitants like a cold, damp shroud. They were whispers without a source, echoes without walls, a symphony of dread that played on into the darkest hours. And then there were the apparitions, spectral figures that would appear as quickly as they disappeared, leaving behind an icy trace and a lingering sense of dread. They were often just out of sight, fleeting shadows in the corner of one's vision, but they were there, as real as the fear they instilled. The most terrifying incidents, however, were the ones that defied all logic. One night, the apparition of a little girl, no more than 6 or 7 years old, appeared. She was dressed in a bygone fashion, her eyes hollow, her smile chillingly sad. She would appear at random, in hallways, on staircases, always silent, always watching. Another night, a spectral hand reached out from a mirror. It was as if the glass had turned to water, the hand rising from its depths, its fingers curling in a silent beckon that sent chills down the spine of anyone who saw it. The horror was becoming too real, too palpable. Each day was a game of Russian roulette, each night a battle against the unseen. The town was gripped with fear, a fear that was not just about the haunting but the terrifying unknown that lay ahead. Then came the chilling revelation, one that would send shivers down the spine of the bravest. As the town's history was peeled back like the layers of an old forgotten book, a tragic event emerged from the dust of yesteryears. Many moons ago, the laughter of a little girl echoed through the streets, her life abruptly snuffed out, shrouded in an enigma that remained unsolved. Her name was Lily, a cherubic face whose innocence was stolen by a cruel twist of fate. The circumstances of her death were as mysterious as they were tragic, leaving the town in a state of perpetual mourning. And now it appeared that the echoes of her untimely demise were resonating in the present, a chilling reminder of a past best forgotten. The connection was undeniable. The current haunting, the eerie occurrences, they all bore the imprint of Lily's spectral presence. The ghost of the past had returned to torment the living. In the face of this horrifying reality, the town was left with a chilling choice. They took the decision to face the haunting head-on, a decision that was not taken lightly. The townsfolk, united by fear and a desperate need for peace, performed a series of ancient rituals passed down through generations. They called upon the spirits of their ancestors, pleading for their intervention and protection. Their actions were filled with hope, yet shadowed with trepidation. The town was a picture of eerie silence as the rituals were performed, each person holding their breath, praying for release from the terror that had consumed their lives. The eventual outcome, however, remains a mystery. Some say the restless spirit was finally laid to rest, while others swear they still feel its presence, a cold whisper in the wind. In the end, the town of Haverhill became a chilling reminder of the thin line that separates the living from the dead.